Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and everything and amazing Propagandacast with me, your host from Farlion, the one and only Master of Propaganda. We're off here to a 1v1 on the road to Tunis. In the west stands Lattouf, fighting here for America, freedom, democracy. He is setting up the first armed invasion task with breaking in the German force here under the command of Farlion. Fighting here for the German army, Deutschland, the Deutsches Afrika Korps, here with the spearhead of the 21st Panzerdivision. So we're off to the race here. We got a double Panzer Pioneer Panzergrenadier side here for Farlion versus a Scout early Jeep side here from Mr. Lattouf. So that likely indicates, of course, Armoured battle group opening, since that Jeep is coming up very fast. Step on it. Yes, sir. So Panzer Pioneer sending out for Farlion and southwards with the Panzer Grenadier. As always, a big hearty thanks to my patron supporters for the continued and generous support of the Propagandacast. I'm going to keep making all these videos. So a big hearty thanks to all those wonderful and charming devils out there. And a big thanks to all those people who keep liking and commenting my videos. Helps out immensely as well. So, we're off to the race here. We got Panzer Pioneer Northwards, Bart 1, the Carve Point, Riflemen, or Scouts and Jeeps so far setting up. Riflemen are now arriving here, of course, for Lattouf. The Jeep is busy far up north there, staring into the vast abyss beyond. My God, that's a lot of sand. Yeah, it's called a desert, Bob. Panzer Pioneer Northwards, we got a 250 after on the way here for Farlion and the German army here. Rappeln with the Leiterschützenpanzerwagen 250. Sonderkraftfahrzeug 250. Primarily used in armoured reconnaissance battalions, where they typically be equipped to panzers who are meant to support the armoured cars. But a lot of the time what actually happens is they just serve as another armoured panzer grenadier element and basically just serve as infantry. Up north here, the Jeep going from the northern field point here. Farlion's going to be converging up by the looks with the Panzer Pioneer. We got the 250 out here. Finding about home there, go Jeep up. Panzer Pioneer under fires. The Jeep's 30 cal there. Rakes them with hot American lead. Panzer Pioneer up. 250 half take a swing in as well. By the looks of it here from Farlion. Jeep falling back here, taking several penetrating hits quite easily there. Very fortunate there for Farlion. Right in the centre there, could be spotted by the Jeep, but no. Not the Jeep, but the 250. Panzer Grenadiers and south moving forwards here, but without support, it is a bit risky for Farlion. There's definitely a chance of getting caught off field. We also got here the Italian Combined Arms Battle Group here, clearly relying on some Italian support down the road. Up north, the Jeep is hiding out there in the ruins. My God, Bob, you're a genius. Thanks, Joe. Moving up out here, going to flank into the Panzer Pioneer. Hit them again here. Lattouf, they keep pressure versus Farlion. Panzer in the southern field point, we can see there's several dots there converging. And he's going to hit the half check up. There's something else. Moving up here, try and catch the Jeep here. Panzer Pioneer linking up. In the south, Panzer Grenadier is being attacked. At the same time as all this is happening here by the north side, and there's a lot of effort to take out this Jeep. This is going to be a real big pain. We also got Lattouf, they're heading Farlion field, but there it looks like the Jeep is going to go down here. The 250 after going to knock it out. We also got the light support company up here for Farlion, and we got fast combat half-track research there. Bob and Joe get flung out of the half-track. Fuel putting hit the Raft Squad, and the far south, Farlion's Panzer Grenadiers are finally rebuffed here by Lattouf, America, and democracy. So, very rapid combat half-track rush here. Definitely not something you see too often. Could indicate that Farlion's only going to rush out the Kampfwagenkanone 38 conversion there, turning into the 250-9. It's going to go for the mortar half-track rush, which I would definitely describe as unusual, but they did buff the 250-9. And there's actually been some players actually think it's quite good if you get out really fast, and it would appear that Farlion is one of those believers. So let's see if Farlion can show off the 250-9 here versus Lattouf. If Lattouf will beat Farlion silly with his own half-track. So there you go, halfway done there with the upgrade. We got Rasport tanking from cell sides. 250-9 upgrade almost done here. Does get a bit of up there from the combat half-track research there. Panzer squad out there for Farlion. Panzer looking up here with the 250. And there you go, got the autocannon added here. Ripping into the rifleman. The 250-9 was meant as a replacement for the 222 armoured car, by the way, for those wondering. As the 222 had one major design for the four wheels, basically meant it was terrible off-road in the actual war, not in-game. Still remember that one guy asking about it in Coh3, and I have to add that every single time just in case that ever happens again. Someone asked that question. So either way, fixing that 250-9 here, it also meant once sort of slow switch over to that one, they'd actually stop producing 250 half tracks entirely and actually eventually push towards 250 half tracks for those units as well there instead. Still, little fun fact there. As an even more fun fact, there's actually a version of this type of armoured car on the 251 half-track as well, that is for the same turret and everything. They're just on a much larger chassis. So, Farlion here striking back at Lattouf, which definitely I think was caught a bit off guard here by the sudden appearance of the 250-9. Yeah, and the buff definitely helps it perform better versus infantry. It will still struggle versus, you know, American light vehicles, for that matter, British light vehicles like Greyhounds and Stuarts. So you kind of want to get out fast, and that way try and get under your opponent with it, and then still bring it back up forward. If you get it out too late, it's just not very good. But you can get it out fast enough and get out a pair. The action over the buff actually packed a solid punch there, is basically the theory. Rifling forward here, big wave of infantry here from Lattouf, striking hard here for the 1st Armoured Division, even as Farlion and the 21st Panzer Division is looking to see south of the road here. Rifling forward here, Panzer kicking in the door, looking for safety, but instead they only find lead. 250-9 rushing northwards here. Farlion can also call in on the sub-mechanized group with the Panzerjäger mechanized group, and there you go. Panzerjäger mechanized group are out. Will he go for... Yeah, he's going for another 250-9 conversion here. First one here, blasting away at the American rifleman here. Autocannon crash machine in there, ripping into the Americans. 250 arriving, popping out those Panzerjägers. Upgrade slowly on the way here. Going for that fuel pump again. Lattouf knows he needs to like hit Farlion's fuel and come there, slow down the Deutsches Afrika economy here as much as possible. Rather than getting plastered with machine gun fire and soon even more autocannon fire. Panzerjägers doing the counter block here, rifling forwards here, and there you go, rifle force off the point. The 2 autocannons definitely just... well, now with the 2nd autocannon, that's ever be too much of a threat here. Panzer being flanking up here. Good maneuvering by Farlion. Outmaneuvering component here. And now he's got 2 250-9s, and that's definitely going to be a bit of a headache here for the riflemen, as they can lay down some pretty hefty fire here. Meanwhile, for Lattouf, we do get the motor pool out there, as he will need, you know, basically something to counter these 2 armoured cars. They're all half-tracked armoured cars, basically. Panzer being pushed back with the rifle squad. Going for the other squad up here, backed up with a Panzer Grenadier here. Farlion comes in swinging. Oh, I forgot about the fire. I was just so caught up in the 250-9s there. My apologies. It really just saw next in the usage until the buffs, and now it's definitely slowly catching on there. I wouldn't quite say it's full-on meta, but it's definitely like, you know, something some players are exploring with now. So, Lattouf here, though, of course, with Armoured, Light is going to try and push for these hits eventually. Might see here the Greyhound or the Chaffee to try and hit back at these 2 250-9s here from Farlion and Das Vaterland. We'll, of course, have to see what Lattouf here does and what Farlion does next. But yeah, the sort of shift in tactics does mean obviously you can't just go for fast bars. Obviously, there's the DAK, you don't want to go for fast bars too quickly either, since that leaves you open to arc in this case, double 250-9s. So, and there you go, we got something called in there from reserve. It is an Italian Semoventa assault gun there, called in from the 115th Italian Armoured Division. What's the 15th Italian Armoured Division? Can't quite remember, I think it's the 15th though. Oh wait, the Semoventa there, based off the M1340 tank. It was very much in the same vein as the Stug, just a way to mount a bigger gun on a small chassis, while also making it overall cheap and easy to produce and fast to produce. The Semoventa would overall serve fairly well, and particularly in the German army. A bunch of them would serve as replacement Stugs. Some Chaffee though going in after the 250-9s. Great shot there, sent from the gun, piercing the front armor. Semoventa turns around. First shot is a miss. Chaffee gets the 250-9 there. Finally short. 1 half-tracked armored car, but the Chaffee takes a hit from the mighty Italian Semoventa, and it's going to have to withdraw here as Farlion goes to the counter-offensive with the Semoventa. We got Rafno moving up here. Without grenades, so we're clearly here. Lattouf bluffed, and Farlion definitely did not wish to call his opponent's bluff. They got engineers there though. Well, Lattouf's Chaffee is in dire need of repairs, that's for sure. Panzer's moving in and converging on the centre here, looking to strike back at Lattouf and the 1st Armoured Division. Engineers almost done. Chaffee withdrawing here. Lattouf's rifle now definitely not a great spot. The 250-9 there, hammering away there. We got this momentum moving up there. Could offer some artillery fire as well here versus the American infantry here, as the men of the 1st Armoured Division are facing off against Deutschland and Italy. And there it goes. Semoventa barrage against Rifle Squad there. First shot lands decently there. Rifle Squad quickly withdrawing. This position becomes untenable in the face of the German assault here. Fine moving forwards here. Bricks and walls. The masonry just shattering into 1,000 pieces. Being slowly further forced away in the south here though, and the north. Lattouf is making headway versus Farlion. The Farlion is looking to counterattack in the south here, and it's the scouts versus 2 Panzer Pioneer here. Heading north with the 250-9 backed up by the Semoventa. What will Lattouf go for next? More Chaffies, anti-tank guns. Scots. I mean, there's several paths here that Lattouf can pick here versus Farlion, but I imagine to some degree he's probably a bit unsure as what to deal with this, because this is definitely, at least for now, not common, you know, DAK strategy. So if you sort of got some responses planned out, this sudden strategy is definitely going to catch him unprepared and perhaps a bit unsure as what to expect next from Farlion. Back here we got ambulances, we got the fire support elements. Light indicating he's going to go straight ahead for the Panzer Armee Kommando and push for some Panzerwaffe of a slightly higher caliber here than the Italian stuff. Riot Squad's pushing south. Do we get any BARs up here though for him? We do finally have the way there for Lattouf. He's also got 4 Riot Squads out. Panzer Peony in the south there, forced withdraw here as the Mexico force. And again, Lattouf goes for the fuel point right next to his opponent's space. Bold and aggressive, but also effective. Thumbs up to Lattouf. Finally, of course, we'll have to counterattack here with this invented 250-9 here. Panzer Grenadiers also rushing on the base. We got plenty of machine gun and there you go, bombardment on the right from there. 75 and a high explosive shell goes off. Chaffee moving in here. Finds Panzer maybe trying to bluff an anti-tank grenade there, and looks like Senatau Lattouf was able to bluff Farlion, Farlion's able to bluff Lattouf there. Or maybe he's just concerned about the Semoventa assault gun there. North here, Riot Squad catching the Panzerjägers out in the open. They will have to withdraw here in the face of Lattouf's rapid advance there with a lot of BARs. There's an additional fun side effect, but this particular version of the Semoventa would actually see an upgraded version down the road, the Semoventa 7536 for the higher velocity gun, though. That one would primarily see service with the Germans, and so would the later Semoventa 105, I think, 2432, I can't quite remember, which basically features, yes, you figured out 105mm gun, would primarily see service with the Germans on a, but also in slightly enlarged chassis. Fun facts there, by the way.
Captain here, what have you got?
250-9 moving up north here, catching the captain. Chaffing back here, half H-32. Captain being pushed off there, death running into too many angry Germans. Panzer is backed up here by the Semoventa, and the 250-9 are forming up a strong assault column here, and a Lattouf line buckle here. They bend in the face of the German blitzkrieg here. Well, German-Italian blitzkrieg. I mean, primarily German, as there's just a single Semoventa here from Farlion there, basically one that sort of just accidentally found itself in the combat zone, I guess. Panzer pioneering on the center here. Victory points wise though, Farlion is ahead of Lattouf here. That early, shall we say, 250-9 surge definitely gave him a bit of edge here on Lattouf, and Lattouf is definitely a bit on the back foot in some respects because of that. I mean, he does have a very good force now, but Farlion does have that, shall we say, edge there in terms of victory points, and he's got, you know, a bit more vehicles going about there as well there, so there's definitely some tough choices here for Lattouf, and we'll have to see how he responds to these choices. There you go, we do get the advanced logistics, very powerful upgrade, provides healing and, not healing, but cheap reinforcements. Farlion actually sets out the ambulance here, MD-34 being assaulted here. Quick, nice flank here from Lattouf, swing up from the south here, catching Farlion's positions out of, position. Unprepared, really good push here by Lattouf, really good push, 2 thumbs up here. Excellent play there by Lattouf, and I think one of those that highlights, I think, why Road to Tunis is a favorite amongst competitive players, because it has so many potential assault angles. Like your opponent set up in like one direction, you typically have a way to sneak up on them, so not unprepared opponent can like be quickly put off guard there. Panzer is caught here. Lattouf charging in there. Still no sign of the anti-tank grenades. Bit risky. Riot Squad push back there. Chaffee there moving forwards. But there you go. Whereas Lattouf continues to bluff, Farlion does not, as his half-to lightning goes off, and the Chaffee there doesn't damage the engine. Semoventa though gets off a great shot there. Another machine gun here for Farlion as the Chaffee pulls back. Scouts cut down there as Farlion continues forward here. We got mines down there from Lattouf. Captain there in trouble. Semoventa rushing ahead here. Shoots, misses. We got the 250-9 rushing forwards as well here. Captain caught in a bad spot here, but there's a good chance of wipe here. Down he goes. Great kills here for Farlion, leaving Lattouf short. 2 units here that could also provide with a lot of utility against Farlion. This is a pretty strong hit, but no! The 250-9 goes down to the mine! Demeanor! Nice kill there for Lattouf. Obviously, we prefer to get rid of the Semoventa at this point, as it's clearly proven to be a strong opponent here, and a great way of keeping the Chaffee in check there. They also now got Blazers on the way there, significantly boosting the firepower able to hit the Farlion's infantry squads. Plus, it's got veteran squad leaders as well there, so 2,500 got grenades as well there. Lattouf definitely struggling here with the rapid pace of Farlion. Really some overall excellent play on both sides. Back to Lattouf. Anti-tank's on the way there. He's still got 4 riflemen. He's got the Chaffee. He's got Seek and Destroy. He's also got, like, a lot of munitions. Honestly, it might be worth him to research the demolitions package, start laying down some mines. I mean, if he catches some vent or anything else with that, that would be very beneficial for Farlion. Not for Farlion, but for Lattouf. For Farlion, that would also be very, very bad if the Summer Venter or any other vehicles or tanks hits a mine. But we got the anti-tank out there, certainly highlighting just how big a fit this Summer Venter is. Alright, Bob, call headquarters, tell them we need an anti-tank gun, right? If they ask about panzers, yeah, just don't mention the Italians. South here, Panzer Pioneer digging in.
They've taken our victory point.
Cross going to be taken to the Panzer Grenadier. Hard swing here by the Panzer Grenadiers for the machine guns. The Lattouf's riflemen caught in a bit of a bind and they're being rapidly forced away here as Farlion hits hard north. Mines going off here somewhere. Not entirely sure where, but something exploded. Something exploded with the sound of a mine. Up north here, Rascal being attacked here. 2 Panzer Grenadier squads moving. Lots of firepower from Farlion. In the center, some Avengers positioning here to deal with the Chaffee around the center there. Panzer Pioneer, machine gewehr holding in the center somewhat. In the south, more fierce fighting here as Lattouf overwhelms Farlion's southern Panzer Pioneer. Some Avengers being rushed in to deal with them.
Victory point is under enemy control now.
Back here, troop reinforcing healing. No sign of any additional tanks here yet, so very likely at this point that Lattouf is betting all of his money here, of course, on Sherman EC8s, on the power of Brad Pitt to overcome the power of Italian tanks and assault guns. Meanwhile, for finally, we do have the Panzer Armee Commander up there, so he's likely to be pushing for Panzer IIIs, trying to further leverage the initial strong start that he had with the 250-9s, and try and, lead that into, like, lots of medium tanks here. Bold stride with one that does make sense, so thumbs up there. Meanwhile, Lattouf, of course, is looking to regain control of this fight somehow. Again, a part of me would expect, again, also suggest mines as a way to, say, regain that control. Shit, Panzer Pioneer's about to get knocked out. No, the building narrowly survives, so they're giving Farlion's Panzer Pioneer just enough time to get out of there, and, of course, make an assessment of the structural integrity of the building, and, suggest that it be, condemned and taken down. Guys, this building doesn't live up to code. What to it? Is it because the Americans have been shooting at it? Well, would you put, say, any building under fire from the Americans is up to code? Well, no, you're technically correct. And technically correct is the best kind of correct. Oh, I hate you, Helmut. Anyways, Chaffee holding back here up north. Panzer vs. Rifle Squad. Mortars for Lattouf. Help counter all the fine support weapons there. Meanwhile, we got the Oper Blitz once moving forward to the front line here. Nice active ambulance play there by Farlion. And we got the Panzer Grenadier moving backwards here towards the 250-9. Still some time to go here before Lattouf can get out that Sherman EC8, before he can draw upon the star power of Brad Pitt and light our way towards victory with his beaming smile. North here, Rascal moving forward, got a machine that dug into the trench there. Got 263 versus 391 here. Panzer Pioneer moving forwards here. Mortar opening up here. Decent hit there. Panzer Grenadier pushing forward to the Rifle Squad here. Chaffee hanging back here. Summer Venter moving forwards here for Farlion. Good shot from the antenna, piercing through the Summer Venter's frontal armor. Chaffee trying to catch up with the Panzer Grenadiers for the Haftaladnungs. Definitely threatened here. And ultimately, Lattouf is forced to withdraw. Unable to really risk his Chaffee versus Farlion, and of course his Summer Venter. Quick withdrawing here. On the south here, Rifle Squad being pushed back here. Machine Gewehr and Panzer Grenadier, of course, continue to provide a significant threat here to Lattouf's forces.
Our line is collapsing.
Back here, we do have the Panzer III almost done there for Farlion in the south. Panzer Pioneer looking to gobble up the southern front here. North here, Chaffee continues to engage. Panzer Grenadier is backed up with Rifle Squads. Some Venter rushing northwards here to assist. Turning its gun in there. Gun bombarding the Rifle Squad there. After lightning on the Chaffee, Rifle quickly vacating the premises as the premises come under Italian artillery fire. Meanwhile, 1st Panzer arriving here for Farlion and Deutschland. The 21st Panzer Division is finally able to bring its panzers to bear.
We're losing it.
Further up north here, Rifle Squad's flying around here. Machine Gewehr holding up.
That's our arc. Deploy.
Anti-tank gun set up again. Over to Farlion.
Point now under enemy
Now
control.
he's got the strafing runs. He's got the artillery cover ability unlocked. At this point, he's pretty much got everything unlocked here in this battle group. He's got his Panzer III at the ready. Could, of course, flop with more. Northeast, more deeper flank, but still gets caught in the M34 because Bobby there is a bit too slow. Further south here, Ralph goes the Panzer Grenadiers again, heavily equipped there, ripping through the Americans. And it's also worth noting here, though, despite all these munitions, he hasn't upgraded all of his Ralph squads with double bars, which is definitely a bit of an oversight. Again, maybe it's just the stress of those, shall we say, aggressive 259-9 plays early on that might have caused Lattouf to slightly blank out on that. I don't know. Engineers in trouble here. Mortar fire, though, helping their survive against the M4. Panzer III being pushed back by the anti-tank guns. Really hectic fighting here as several points are seeing action here. Meanwhile, Lattouf, I imagine, is just getting ever closer to that EC8. Desperately praying he'll call in any moment now. Panzer III hanging back, being self-repaired. Having researched here the emergency repair kits. Far south, Panzer Pioneer digging in, grabbing points. Very good work there by Farlion. And there you go, finally, Lattouf has managed to summon Brad Pitt. Rapidly advancing here. Ralph going to copy the machine and get F-34. Some event moving up here. Ralph's got the taking fire. Panzer moving forwards. Got the mortar joining in again here, though, by the sound of it. On the Panzer Grenadiers out in the open. And up north, another push there again. And the south, the Chaffee, the EC8 strikes here. Farlion's Panzer Pioneer sense going across the hot desert sands. Meanwhile, in the center, Farlion and the 21st Panzer Division launching an assault here right into a lot of angry Americans and an M1 anti-tank gun further north here. Machine gun there finally getting pushed off, opening up for the 2 There you go, Panzer getting flanked by the EC8. We got Panzer as the flank here, and I believe we got 8-rep rounds here. Thumbs up to the using. We do have the half loudness here. Chaffee, Sherman they're getting hit. We got the Chaffee moving up, but it's too late. The Panzer gun is not blocking. Anti-tank also moving up, but again it's too late. We got another half to Loudon. This time on the Chaffee. Farlion's Panzer gun is moving forwards. Building finally collapses into a fine shower of rubble. Meanwhile, Lattouf's anti-tank crew there gets cut apart by the 8th Panzer Grenadiers. Farlion's assault is absolutely relentless here. EC8 blasting into the assembled Panzer Grenadiers out in the open there. Mortar firing down. Panzer Grenadiers taking heavy damage there. We got the Panzer III and the Cement and I'm moving to deal with the EC8 here. We got the Chaffing up to assist here. Brad Pitt. Some event to Panzer III falling back. Chaffee, Sherman, EC8 non-pursuit here. Shots being exchanged here. Chaffee taking too much damage here from the Cement and the Panzer III. Likely going to go down here. There you go. Kaput. Amerikanisch, I like the Panzer Kaput. EC8, the driving forwards here. Panzer III, Cement to further force withdraw here in the face of the rapid ride of Brad Pitt. But now we do have another Panzer III out here for Farlion. Bring in more armor, more German steel with which to withstand the American steamroller here. More mortars out here by 4. Lattouf in response to Farlion's machine guns. That is an interesting choice. I would actually expected more anti-tank guns. Heading north of the Ralph squad. Good shooting there, though. May also just want to lay down the smoke screen, to be honest. So we got 2 Panzer IIIs and a Cemented plus a mix of infantry here for Farlion. Got mortar hitting down to the MD-54 Ralph squad. They're taking so much fire there from so many sources. Almost got the machine gun here with the mortars. Almost had it. So close there for Lattouf. And there you go. Second EC8. Bring in really bear now the might of the American war machine here against the Germans. That's definitely going to make things tough here for Farlion. Question, of course, here, does he have the tungsten rounds researched? He does not. That's definitely going to make things tougher there. Up north, heat points being grabbed there by the Ralph squads. Panzer going to moving forwards. EC8's linking up here. Panzer III's moving forwards. Good shot from the Panzer III there. Slamming right into the engineers as they're caught laying down mines there. Not mines, but sandbags. EC8's going head on here. Seeking a destroy would be a good idea. It's going to make a push forwards like that. But I would recommend a smoke screen first, like, allow the EC8s, like, get close and perhaps even pass to some event without taking too much damage. Something to consider there. Up north here, the Panzers round the Ralph squad here. Good push there. In the center, the Panzer Pioneer right into the den of the line here, taking immense amounts of damage here from multiple sources here under Lattouf's command. Almost got the Panzer Pioneer moving forwards here, going straight at it, right through the ruins here. Some momentum bombarding American positions, and over here to Lattouf again.
We're down to 200 points.
And we got a strafing run, and he's using the engineers! Easy, they're taking some nasty hits. There's bullets run straight for the roof here, and the EC8 is down. Good push here by Farlion, catching Lattouf off guard there. Thumbs up. Further up north here, Route Squad swarming the Pentagon you see. Still hasn't upgraded most of his men with double bars. That really feels like a significant oversight here by Lattouf. Also, no seek and destroy, and he's flooding so many munitions. Maybe it's just a stress, I don't know, but don't I feel like Lattouf will want to expend some of these munitions towards something. Again, mines, little bars, seek and destroy, field repairs, anything really. Maybe it's the stress. Maybe it's just, again, the fact that Farlion went for an unknown strategy for him, probably. At which point, Lattouf may still be struggling, get back into his right side of mind. That can actually happen with some players, they have some expectations. Then, if those expectations are met, they can struggle a bit more than they otherwise would. That might have been the case here for Lattouf. It's hard to say. We got more intercepts being brought up, but we still have a massive munitions float here. We do finally get some mines here, though. Thumbs up. Meanwhile, up north here, Panther Fleece going for the Route Squad here. 2 Panzers striking at the exposed riflemen. In the center here. Slow move forwards here as well. Assault nearby could also do with some upgrades. We have some repair kits, some flamethrowers that could also be a nice addition. You can, of course, also consider superior field craft to expedite build speed. There we go. Thumbs up. Very good. Veterans one ability for that. He's starting to lay down mines there. Very good. We definitely could have those up much sooner. So definitely been those up. Meanwhile, up north here, fine assault continues. The Panther fleets have found a gap in the lines and they're breaking through here. Crushing Lattouf's northern front line like it's made out of paper cups. Cement is slamming to the center here. Lattouf, though, quickly looking to restore order here, plugging in tanks and anti-tank guns there, like he's might, plug in, I don't know, class into a broken American house wall. Artillery fire there on the MG-34. We still got the ambulance nearby. In the south here, push up on the point here, try and dig in. We got an MG-34 there ready from Farlion once again.
Victory point is under enemy control now.
Up north, the EC8 hanging about there. Lattouf, I imagine, is holding up for another one here. Still, though, a lot of riflemen that could do with some additional BARs. And still no grenades either. Panther Fleet is trying to route toward Panther taking hits here. Mortis joining in, fighting there with a fairly large armored force and army. He's got 3 Panther 3s and some Aventa assault gun. That's like a fair amount of armor simply against Lattouf. But there you go. One of the Panther Fleet's corner bat spot, taking hits from the anti-tank guns. Some Aventa there, realizing he can't do much here. Panther Fleet still taking shots from the anti-tank guns. Almost got Farlion's Panzerkampfwagen here. In the center there, Engineers being forced off here. In the south here, Engineers almost got the victory point despite Farlion's MG-34's best attempts. Panzer listening repairs here. Lattouf continues just all out there, Mandian, for that. Oh, hold up for another EC8. Still no additional bars and not a lot more mines either.
Hey, you got a job for us? Defend our victory point.
Back here, reinforcement healing for Farlion. No sign of the armored reserves. Decent shot there, MG-34. Panther Fleet advancing. Right into the anti-tankers there. Good shot. Right for the frontal armor there. So Aventa joining in. EC could flank in here though. Farlion might have exposed himself, in particular if he goes for the deep flank using Seek and Destroy. He might catch Farlion off guard here, but no. Doesn't go for the deeper flank here. No Seek and Destroy still. He does at least have field repairs, I guess, lined up. Anti-tanks being forced to machine. They're catching Lattouf's counterattack here in a pretty bad and unflattering position. We do get some shells here off, but it's not the airburst, it is the delayed fuse. Right, Panther moving forward. He's hitting hits here from the Panther Fleets there. It's a pretty intense fight for the center. The Panther Fleets going for the EC8 here. They're going for Brad Pitt himself. So many getting slammed with the anti-tank guns. We got mines and for Lattouf for the cementers right next up, but they did get spotted. Panzer is pushing forwards, going for the anti-tank guns. If Farlion can silence those, that's going to make the situation for Lattouf incredibly untenable. More infantry being poured into the gap here. Mortar fire they're raining down here. We got the tanks lining up here slowly again from the pushback routes coming up here. Still no grenades for Lattouf. Still not enough bars there going on either. Machine gun push back here. We got 106 versus 280. Back to Farlion here.
Enemy is down to 200 points.
Withdrawing the Panzer from fresh repairs. His momentum though has finally bitten the dust. Small win there for Lattouf. Big loss for Italy. A tragic loss. A tragic loss. So back hatred reinforcing healing. For Lattouf, we got the mortars at the range. We got the Sherman EC8 there being repaired and polished. Of course, Brad Pitt being fed freshly baked donuts straight from California. How they get in there on time, no one really knows. The most likely theory is they're just lying to Brad Pitt and he believes it. Panzer sending out massive push by Farlion. Could be the one that's going to decide the match if he really wants to. If he can find that gap, he can push hard enough. He could completely blind Lattouf. He's funneling down more mines again. Lots of mines, in fact. Thumbs up again. Things that looks like Lattouf predicted here. Finds push there fairly well. That said, he may not predict just how aggressive fun he might commit with deep flank here. One Panzer here could completely unravel the entire northern defense line. Empty pushing forward here. Buildings collapsing here. Panzer withdrawing a bit except for the northern one here. We got 260 versus 100 points. Panzer keep pushing forward to the assault engineers and the route toward there. Finally forced Farlion to call off the assault here. Risks further needless losses. Right into a mine there. Great shot there. In the south here, Lattouf pushing forwards. Fresh wind in the sails here. Push against the Germans. It's also looks to be getting at least a few more BARs up there against the Krauts. Meanwhile, Farlion bring up a 4th Panzer there. He truly believes in the might of the Panzerkampfwagen 3. So got 246 versus 100 points. Rifleman advancing. Machine gun setting up. Panzer channel this assault in years. A massive storm of high explosives lead here being spewed out by those panzers there. EC moving forwards. This one's being caught here and being ripped apart by the Panzer and the Panzer Pioneer out in the open. And there you go, anti-tank and fire. EC8 fire. The Panzer Pioneers just getting hit with everything here they can throw out, and there they got them. Meanwhile, strafing around the anti-tank on here. Catching them here. SON's been caught there. Fire now taking advantage of it. Pushing forward. See the Panzer racing in here. He's going for it. One Panzer hits a mine, but there's still one Panzer moving forward. Past the minefields. Getting past the anti-tank guns. One of the crews go down. More Panzer move down. I'll hit another mine, but there's still 2 Panzer with functioning engines here. EC8, those slamming HVAC rounds into the Panzer, forcing fun to withdraw here. But even if he doesn't get the EC8, the loss of the 2 anti-tank guns will be quite devastating, and he may have to commit the EC to try and protect them, and there you go. That just runs to the more of the Panzer. We do have another EC on the way there, but Brad Pitt's Sherman EC8 there is taking heavy damage. White fuss for Sheldon in a desperate bit to keep the Panzer from devouring it, but no, like a pair of hungry wolves falling upon a deer, the EC8 gets ripped apart by the Panzer. Sherman EC8 moving forwards there, going forward. Hard counterattack here. Lattouf wants vengeance. One EC8 down. I think he finally remembered to pop, seek, and destroy, but it's probably too little too late now. As Farlion's Panzer turn upon it. Almost got it here. No, it gets past it. It gets past it, and the rest is now just hectic fun here. Riflemen, though, being absolutely shredded here by the Panzer and the Panzergrenadiere. It is an absolute abattoir here. Countless riflemen are being picked apart here by the sheer gunnery of Farlion's panzers of infantry. We got the EC8 circling about it, trying not to return and catch fun off guard here, but it is cut off from safe lines, and there's still so many Panzer. And fine, there goes, I think, in for the final blow. Another EC8 down here. And Sonny Lattouf's odds, I think, are pretty grim. In fact, he's lost almost all of his infantry. And in comparison, he only took out 1 Panzer, 2 EC8s and 2 anti-tank guns and countless rifle squads. That is not ideal. The only sort of benefit here is Farlion's Panzergrenadiers are also heavily equipped, they can't pick it up. Ja, we can't pick it up, we got too many Maschinengewehren. Too many Maschinengewehren? What are we, British? Panzer moving through the assault engineers. We now got the BARs. But yeah, they're just getting mauled here by Farlions now. Heavily upgraded, heavily veteran, heavily equipped Panzer Grenadiers here. Back to Lattouf here. Another Panzer 3 up, more into tankers here. 81 was on a 53 here. Panzer's about to get wiped out, and down they go. Anti-squad to wipe in Farlion. But there's just so many Panzers, including an ace one there. Absolute havoc here has been wreaked upon Lattouf's men. Another Sonya squad there. Fire to dust here. We do finally get grenades here from Lattouf. He's also by now expended pretty much all of his munitions. Just too late. Anyways, another attack being easily flanked here by the Panzer 3. Farlion once more in the offensive here. He's blitzing forwards, and there you go, GG. Well played. Game over. A victory for Farlion. A victory for the Fatherland. A really nice hectic back and forth fight here, so only highlighting some of the new options being opened up for the Deutsches Afrika Korps. Thanks to that 1-250-9 buff, which again, if you rush it out fast enough, can actually make an impact against your opponent. But honestly, some really bad fourth here. I do think Lattouf could use the munitions better. Again, earlier bar upgrades, I think, was definitely one of the mistakes, not using much of his abilities either. And at times, I feel like he could be more aggressive with the chaffee on the flanks. I think he relied too much in like as a head-on tank rather than a flank tank. Still, hope you enjoyed this match. I learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment, tell your friends, tell your family, but not your enemies. This is Imperial Cheers, and see you all tomorrow for another exciting episode. Bye, everyone.